Hi, this is Learn with Leanne, and I'm a journeyman hairstylist and barber. And I just want to give you some tips that might be able to help you in trimming your own hair, doing a self haircut. And I hope this is helpful. And if you have any questions or concerns, you can talk to your hairstylist about this. And so anyway, here we go. So we're going to start through the back and doing a nice clean cut. And then I'll be going through the rest of the hair and layering it. And I can give you some tips along the way on how to use clips and everything else. But okay, we're going to start with the back. Here we go. Okay, so right in through here, I'm going to clean this up. The fringe is always a good place to start, like if you just have never done your hair before. And if you have a three-way mirror, ideally that's the best. So I'm just going to clean this up just to keep it simple. Now when my hair was shorter, it was a little trickier to do because I actually layered it in the back. So I had this up fairly highly and I do this quite short back and through here. Okay, let's see if that's fairly clean. Now one of the tricks is you see I've held my head down, but doing a self haircut, it's a little bit of a challenge sometimes. So I'll just give you a tip. So if you have a clip, what you do is you start with this and then you clip your hair up. And then you go ahead and you clean all this bottom off. You want to make sure your neck is down so the hair is laying nice and flat to the neck. And then you want to continue on with each layer like this and keep on cleaning it up. But being my hair is layered already, I don't have to go in through because this is shorter already. And I didn't have to take off a whole lot off the back. I'll show you the layering. So the layering, now I'm going to start up in the top. Generally in school, we always started on the left-hand side. I remember them giving that tip, so you never forgot to know where you're at. But we're going to break the rules. And start with a little bit of layer. Like my hair is almost like one of those pull dolls. It grows crazy right in the very top of my head. So here we go, just a bit of tipping. I talked about tipping in the last video to do the fringe and the bang. And that helps to make it so the edges are quite smooth. Now you can go ahead if you have a lot to take off and you want to just take it off. But I would say a little at a time is so much better than doing a whole lot. Now I'm projecting this. You can see I'm pulling this hair back. So what I'm working on is this hair in through here. So picture your hair being kind of sucked up. So you can just kind of give it a visual of what it would look like straight from the head. So it just gives you an idea that I can get some nice lift. Now right in through here, you're going to hold your scissors like this, so you kind of angle it a bit. You know, when in doubt, don't do it. If you're feeling nervous about it and you're not sure where to start, but if you just have that time, you think you want to be fed up with it and you just want to give it a try, just try a little bit then if you want. Just layering through here. Now my hair is very fine, especially through here, all through the front. But ironically, even though it's still fine, it's still thicker in the back. So I'll go in and show you how to actually thin your hair out a little bit if you need to. But if you have thinning shears, that's ideal. But I usually never recommend thinning shears on curly hair because it just makes it difficult to work with lots of times. Well, it depends upon the curl, actually. I shouldn't say that all the time because sometimes some people have to get rid of the bulk. But depends upon the type of curl it is. I'm going to go through. You can see that pulling through dry hair is so much easier. And I can give you tips on how to do natural curly hair. That'll be a later issue. And natural curly hair does run in my family. I unfortunately never got it, so I love curl. You can see now it's how I'm holding my scissors. So what I'm doing, and I'll give you a visual later. So I want to make sure that I have volume in through here. So this is like almost like a uniform haircut, but I do leave it, for me, sometimes uniform is where you go ahead and you do it all like this, but because I need volume in through here and my hair is quite fine, I like to back comb it to give it an extra lift. I like to texturize that, so I leave that a little longer. Okay, let's see the front here. a really cool little trick. If you have 2 matching combs, I'm not gonna, my hair won't reach it anyway because my hair is pretty short and through here. You can take your 2 combs. If your hair is really long, a little trick is take your comb here and take your other comb here, meet them, and then you can trim that way too. And that gives a really neat. And there's also no tension cutting. No tension cutting works like if you have your hair in a ponytail and you twist it, you bring it forward like for longer hair, you can twist it like this and trim it. So you have, it depends upon how the hair is. And I've done little people's haircuts in 5 cuts with no tension hair cutting. I did it for a while. It was a season in my career, which was good. But I do prefer going through because then eventually I got way faster and I could do little people's hair quite fast. There, just a light layer. If anyone has questions or comments, you can send them. There we go. Now I'm going to take a look at the back. I've done cuts where I've just felt them and not even looked in a mirror. Those are brave days. But mainly I think I like a mirror. Yes, the one thing we learned in hair training school, I remember that, was the teacher said, always never have your elbow up high. Let me do that. Show you kind of where my head's turned. I can pull this forward, but that's good. Okay, now to go in, if you don't have thinning shears and you want to texturize it. It takes a little practice on doing this, but if you feel brave, now, like a trees in the forest, you only take down a few. So I go in and I take just a little bit. I'm taking little tiny baby snips. And ironically, the little hairs hold up the longer hairs. And if you have a split in the back, mine tends to be a little crop circle back here. So I can use thinning shears back there, or I can texturize. And I'm not sure if you have texturizing shears. Now you have to take little tiny snips. And if you have a smaller scissors, sometimes it's a little easier when you're first starting. Now there's ways of checking a haircut, and I can show you. Okay, this is actually too full in through here. I can feel it. Okay, there's a point right there. You can see that. I can find one on this side. Right there. Okay, do you want me to turn me, or can you see? Okay, there we are, just wrapping up. There. Do a little more texturizing in here. I can feel it's feeling a little heavy. And ironically, sometimes with finer hair and with thicker hair, you can really tell the difference. Even if your hair is quite thick, you can feel it where areas that feel thicker than others that need a little lift. So, hope this helps, and have a great day. Be sure to click and subscribe. Thanks.